I think most of us at one point have walked into a room with a bunch of people. We're all there for the same reason, but then the conversation trails off into life and we have no clue what they're talking about. It could be health, talking about nutrition, could be workouts, or could be money, investments, talking about the markets, talking about housing, relationships, married, girlfriend, all these different things. And you have no clue what they're talking about. Of course, we've all been there, most likely when we're younger or even now, because we all are so narrow minded at first about just what pertains to us or what we're good at or what we're going through at that moment, not understanding what's going to happen in the future or what's happened in the past. Or if it's just a job, we only know one aspect of it and we're trying to get really good at that one aspect. Like a lot of people, they're just there to make money, climb the ladder, and they don't understand everything else that's going on with the company, right? The example I can give you is driving boats, which I do for a living, what I've done for most of my career. There are some people that are really good at driving the boat. It's on for them, it's in the water, and they just go. And they're good, they can navigate well through easy water, and that's it. But for myself, since I wanted to be exceptional at the job, I understand how to transport it. I understand how to drop it in the water. I understand what the boat is made out of. So I know what kind of damage it can take while it's in the water, putting it on land, what kind of fuel goes in it, how fast it can go, how to navigate in dangerous weather, in dangerous waters, how to read a chart, the lights at night, everything. And at first, I only knew how to do one of these things. And I tried to be really good at one of these things. And then after that, I went to the next. And then while other things were going on, I was like, I'll go ahead and go along with them just to see what's going on because I'm just an operator. But I just wanted to understand as much as I could about driving boats because that's my thing, right? I think a lot of people just get closed off and they only care about what's going on in their one little facet, right? So I want to be the person that when I walk into a room with a bunch of competent people that I'm either going to a training or if it's about researching something or even just your friends, right? That you can talk about everything. So I try to learn as much as I can about everything. And I think it's really important, especially for men that want to be successful. I'm not talking about successful in even money, just understanding relationships, why we do the things that we do. It could be as simple as why are men more aggressive than women? Why at certain ages people do certain things, right? It could be money, different investments. Like why should I invest in, like I want to understand about stocks. I want to understand about crypto. I want to understand about the housing market and how the markets move, the different flow with money, like everything. It's really important if you want to be not just well-rounded, but just well-versed and cultured in life, and especially just being a man. Because we all work. Hopefully we all work. Or if you don't, great. But we're all working a ton, especially at the beginning. And if you don't understand what you're doing with all of that money that you're getting, then you'll never succeed or go on. And that goes on with your health. If you don't understand what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, how your body will change throughout the years. My body feels a hell of a lot different now than 10 years ago when I was 25 years old. And with the relationships, the way that I acted 10 years ago is a lot different than now. But if I only think about what's going on right now, then that's going to affect me later. And going back to the main point, hopefully at some point you will surround yourself full of like-minded people or people that are trying to be successful and people that will help you and cheer you on. And those people aren't usually the people that you start with. So later on in life, when you get around these people, or if you're just trying to figure out more, you want to be able to be well-versed in life. And it's so important for men because if you want to have a family, then you want to be a leader and a role model for your children and to be that pillar for your wife, then you have to understand what's going on. like a lot of people. I'm one of the generations that um, some of us don't know how to change a tire. We don't know how to change our oil. We don't know how to change a light bulb. Like simple things like hang a picture. We don't know how to hunt anymore. We don't know. We just don't know these basic things anymore because so much is done for us already. So I'm not saying you have to go back and be a caveman, but just getting natural skills that you'll need through life will help you out and help everybody else out around you. So what does that take? That takes actually not just what you need right now, but it's planning for the future and understanding as much as you can about life in general. Some things that you never think that you'll need to know, why not? Like world history. World history is great. I think if someone doesn't know like quite a bit about the world history, I think they're like it's just something that you should know. You should know about all the tragedy that's been on through world history, all the war that we've been through. Why was there war? I think you should understand about money. Like it's like most of us, like I said before, work most of our lives. So how are you going to work most of your life but not understand what you're working for? Like you should understand how the dollar has basically, like 20 years ago, if you had a dollar compared to now, that dollar amount is way different. And if you don't know that, you should research that and figure out why. You should understand how money flows. We work, and then we buy stuff, and that cost right there has a bunch of changing hands. You need to understand where this money goes, like the money that goes into our bank. What happens to it while it's in the bank? Most of you don't know that the bank is investing your money itself. So those loans that are taken out, they're still investing on top of that. So the money is multiplied to a staggering amount that will make you go crazy when you figure it out. And the best thing about all of this is once you start, if you have a rocky relationship or if you are single and trying to find a relationship, once you start going down these rabbit holes that you're trying to understand, hopefully once you get that information, you'll want to build upon it. So once you start, it is really hard to stop, especially if you're trying to be better than average. And I think it's something good to strive for. And once you start understanding life, like things become clear. You start not just wake up, go to work, come home, spend time with your family, go to sleep. Like this mindless like rat race. Once you start understanding it, the race gets a little easier. And that's great because as we get older, we get slower, right? So you don't want to be at the point where you've wasted most of your life and you don't understand anything except for what's in front of you. You don't want to be that person because then you'll figure out that you've wasted so much time. And then once you get around people that you're like, oh, I'm as old as this person, but this person understands way more about life and they have so much more than me, but we've done the same thing. How is this possible? It's because they looked and they wanted to understand what they were doing with their life. They wanted to make their relationships better. They wanted to get more money. They wanted to make themselves healthier, to live longer. All of these things, they all go together. Every single thing is connected one way or another. And if you don't understand that, then just start doing it for yourself so you understand how to get through life and how to make it easier, happier, and better for you every day. Every day, every year, you should be learning more things to make life easier and more enjoyable for yourself. And it's not just for yourself, it's for everybody around you. So one day you can walk into that room and you'll be able to understand everything that's going on. And you don't have to understand it to a T, but you will have some understanding. And that's really what life is about, is gaining understanding to make your life better.